Hey everybody, what is up and welcome to my channel. My name is Jordan, and today we're going to be doing a video that I'm really excited for. We're going to be doing May TBR. Now this is my first TBR video, so bear with me. There was going to be a lot of books originally, but then I was like, I need to cut it down because I'm going to be doing some other stuff in May. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, the first book that I'm going to be getting into is actually a carryover from this month. And that is Artemis Fowl. Now, this is a book series made up of 8 books. This Artemis Fowl, if you don't know, is about a 12-year-old criminal mastermind who discovers the fairy species, and he decides to kidnap one and try to attain their gold, because he's a millionaire as well. His family owns like this millionaire company, and so he kidnaps a fairy, and her name is Holly Short, and she's part of a police organization called the LEP Recon, which are that stands for Lower Elements Police. Now, the fairies that he discovers, they live underground, away from the humans, because they do not want humans to discover them. But obviously, that changed with Artemis Fowl. And so, like I said, he kidnaps a fairy, Captain Holly Short, and her team has to come and rescue her. And a lot of their attempts are foiled because, I mean, Artemis is really smart for a 12-year-old. Like, really smart. And so a lot of craziness happens within the first book. And there's 8 books, like I said, so he becomes tethered to the fairy world. And he gets into a lot of adventures with them. And so, yeah, like I said, I'm currently on the 5th book. I actually reread this series as a child, but I didn't finish it, and so I was rereading it in April, hoping to finish in April, so I wouldn't have to read it in May and have a whole new group of books to be reading. But that's not the case. I'm gonna be carrying it over, like I said. Anyway, that's just the first book series. Have you? Alright. Shatter Me. This is another series that I started reading back in 2017. I actually read this book. I didn't finish it because I got into another book. And by the way, that's my problem. I have a tendency of starting a book series or a standalone book, and then finding like another book that I want to read because it has come out, or I just discover it at like another bookstore, and I put the book I was reading down. So this unfortunately was like replaced by another book that I was reading at the time. And this book, by the way, is about a girl named Juliet Farrar. I think that's how you say her last name. She has the ability, like, her touch is lethal. And that's why if you see in the book, it says, my touch is lethal, scratched out, and then my touch is power. So, yeah, it starts off by her, she accidentally kills a boy with her ability, and that makes her parents want to send her away, and because she's apparently a danger to the world. And she meets a boy named Adam, and just all kinds of stuff happens. I don't remember the book, like I said, that much, but that's all I know. Next, I'm going to be reading also Shades of Magic series by Victoria Schwab. This is another author that people have been talking about so much, and I finally am going to get into her books. And I thought I'd start with that trilogy called Shades of Magic. That is a smuggler And he also has an ability, I think, where he can um, travel through different realms or something like that. I can't remember exactly. Um, and it's also set in four different set in London, but it's set in four different London realities, I guess. Like there's Black London, Gray London, White London. Oh shoot, what was the other one? And Red London. And he is from Red London. And each of these Londons, there's different situations. Like Black London was completely wiped out. Red London is completely thriving with magic, and it's all hunky dory, whatever. Um, White London, I think, is the one where there's they still have magic, but it's corrupt. And then Grey London, they're in like danger. And he comes upon a girl named Delilah, and who is a burglar, a thief, whatever. And she tries to steal from him, and they end up having to be thrown together and fight this force of evil that's threatening London. So yeah, that's another book series I can't wait to read. Another one, or another book, I should say, A Thousand Splendid Suns by Khalid Hosseini, I think is how you say his name. I don't really know what this book is about, but he is responsible for my favorite book series, or book called The Kite Runner. I read that book, I think, in high school or middle school, I can't remember, but I absolutely loved it. And that's another one, contemporary. Um, this book is called The Adventures of Temp and Junebug. This is a true. This is my father actually wrote this. My father, first time author. So this is a collection of short stories about my dad. It's my dad's life as a kid, in his childhood with his nephew. The Adventures of Temp and Junebug is what it's called, like I said. My dad's nickname was Junebug growing up. And so, and his nephew was Temp. My dad has an older sister who is several years older than him, and she had a child about the same time my dad was born. And so, yeah, this is just a collection of short stories, which my dad wrote about his life as a child. And this should be a quick read, and I'm really excited to get into it. Purchase this book. I'm sure it's really good. Actually, I know it's really good. I've read a portion of it already. Hidden Figures by Margot Lee Shetterly. This is about three African American women who are mathematicians, and they're responsible for a lot of NASA's achievements, like a lot of achievements that are well known for space and technology. So, and this is also a movie. It's the three women who are in the movie, and I love all three of these women. They're great actresses, and yeah. So I'm really excited to get into that. Or Man Named Kell, who this is where it ends. This is another book. This is a book I chose because one of my prompts was choose a book that'll make you cry. And this takes place at a school. This is like 54 minutes is the time span, I guess. And it takes place, and what happens is there's a school shooting, and there's four students who are connected to the shooter, and from what I understand, one of them is going to be the victim. You don't know who though, so it's going to take you on a ride. I'm really excited for that and ready to feel the feels. If it doesn't make me cry, that's okay. But hey, I'm really wanting to read it because there's no book like it really. I don't know many books that actually discuss school shootings. So I'm really excited for that. There should be more because it's a very important topic that unfortunately we've seen too much of lately in the last few years. So, yeah. And then this one called The Graveyard Book by Neil Gaiman. I actually read some of it last year. This is about a boy named Nobody whose family is assassinated, but he escapes his house like in the midst of all that. By the way, yeah, he's a little boy, and so the door was open, and he walked out, and he happened upon a graveyard, and these people, these ghosts in the graveyard, saw what was happening. Like this assassin was trying to look for him and kill him, obviously, and so they take him under their wing and protect him. I'm really looking forward to reading it again and finishing it this time. So, yeah, there's that. And then my final book for the month of May is The Third Twin. This is about two twin sisters who made up a third twin named Alicia. They made her up as a joke to get themselves out of trouble if they got into trouble. And their things become more deadly as they get older. A boy turns up dead, and Alicia is the prime suspect. So I'm really excited to get into that. So that's my list of books. That's quite a few books, I know, in several book series. I hope to accomplish. I'm going to be vlogging about some of these books soon. And then also, after I finish Artemis Fowl, I'm going to talk about the series as a whole. So that's just the future of some videos, some vlogs about books I'm reading, and then a review for Artemis Fowl coming up soon. So yeah, I hope you guys like this, and I hope you, if you did, subscribe to my channel. I hope to have more fun with you guys. Talk to you later. Bye.